Well, I suppose an event that got me involved in politics and quite an important event in Labour history, particularly at the time, was when I was a 20-year-old postman in 1971, and we went out in an all-out 7-week strike. We were called the Thin Blue Line against the Tory government. Heath had a public sector pay policy at the time, and the dispute was about pay, and it was about getting rid of these dreadful things called incremental scales, where you got paid a bit more every year according to your age, and you got your maximum when you were maximum pay when you're about 25 if you're a postman, 35 if you're a telephonist, and even later, early 40s if you were a clerical officer in the post office. So, you know, I was 20 years of age. I was giving tuition to new entrants who were 30, who went straight on to maximum pay. I had to wait another 5 years. I mean, it was ludicrous. So, good stuff, led by Tom Jackson, who was our General Secretary, big handlebar moustache, better known than most cabinet ministers, you know, because that was the glam rock era of the trade union movement in the 70s. But, you know, I had 3 kids. My youngest son had just been born, living on a council estate, on strike for 7 weeks, no pay at all, no strike pay. So it was difficult. And when we went on the marches and rallies to London, as I did every week, because I was in Slough, which was just up the road, we would be assuaged by all these student politicians, you know, international socialists, people selling us copies of Red Mole, all of them nice posh middle class kids who were seeking to ensure, you know, we turn this into a revolution. They're probably most of them are permanent secretaries in here now, doing things running the world. And, you know, amongst all the bits of paper they'd put in our hands, it was a Fabian pamphlet, and I was very interested in politics, but the Fabian pamphlet was something about industrial democracy or something of that sort, and it kind of got me more interested in Labour politics, and 3 years later I joined the Labour Party. So that was the event. The person, sticking with the post office and then fast forwarding from 71 to 92, I was by now General Secretary of the Communication Workers Union, and that strike probably started me on the way through the union ranks. And I was dealing with Robin Cook, who was the Shadow Secretary of State for Trade and Industry when Heseltine announced in the major government that they were going to privatise the post office. So I led the campaign against that privatisation and succeeded, the only union campaign to win, basically because we didn't go in for all the old, you know, have a march, go to the Tory party conference and shout at them and swear at them. We were much more subtle and more thoughtful, as Michael Cockerell's splendid documentary pointed out. Robin was just so impressive, and I got to know him very well, got to like him. I really miss him. You know, I was a supporter of proportional representation from way back. I used to argue in the trade union movement. It was very unfashionable. And then it became fashionable again, and then it goes, you know, tide comes in and out on PR. But Robin, of course, was the man who was so eloquent in articulating what PR was all about, and we got on extremely well. Our politics were very similar, and he probably had a huge influence on me. I mean, Ernest Bevin I describe as my political hero, but I never met Ernest Bevin, which is not surprising since he died just after I was born. But Robin I did know, and he was tremendously influential and a sad loss to the Labour movement.
Thanks very much.